Good morning everyone. In the previous session we have studied various definition of cloud computing with various example. In today's session we'll see some more introductory part of the cloud computing. So in today's session we'll see some examples of cloud computing. So these are the services which uses the cloud. So from the icons you came to know which these are the services which works on the cloud, like Facebook, Picasa, Gmail, Google Docs. So these all services works on the cloud. For example, you take the email. So we use the email to send and receive the messages, and all these messages are stored on our email account. So even if you now go to your email account and if you see, all your messages still are stored there. So until you delete it, they are not going to be deleted from your account. They are going to be still there. So who is providing you all the space to store all these your messages? So you are not storing these messages on your computer or on your phones or neither on any local hard drives. So where these are storing now? So where these all messages are storing of your email accounts? So these are all are storing on the cloud. So somebody is providing you the cloud where all your messages are stored. Cloud. Cloud means what? It is nothing but remote server. So cloud is nothing but remote server where all your information is stored. And to access anything from the remote server, you need here the internet. Take the another example like Facebook also. So Facebook is one social network where we used to send the messages, receive messages, and videos, photos, and lot of things we can do using the Facebook. So even now if you go to your Facebook and if you see, all your uploaded photos, videos, likes, comments are still available there. So even these all are available on the cloud. And another example is YouTube also. On YouTube also you can see whatever you download from the YouTube. For temporary purpose it will be available on the cloud for some few months. So downloaded videos will be available for few months on the cloud of YouTube. WhatsApp also is example of that only. All the information which you share will still, all your old data and the new data is still available on your WhatsApp. So these all are stored on the clouds. And to access this from the cloud, we need the internet connection. There are also very famous cloud services providers like Google Drive, OneDrive and Dropbox. So we use Google Drive. It provides the space where the user can store its information. It can be the files, photos, videos, any data it can store. And especially when we don't have the pen drives or anything to store, then we can upload our files on this Google Drive and we can access the data stored on this Google Drive from any device and any location. We don't need to carry the pen drives or any CD drives and all. And also these are very useful. These all services are very useful in this COVID lockdown situation where all the works, lot of works are done online. So because of this online works, lot of digital data is generated and we need a lot of space to store all this data. So we need the clouds to store all this data. So this is very helpful. So these are the top 20 cloud services. So this provides the clouds to the users as well as different cloud services to the user. So on these services, various accounts are created for various users. And on every account, different data is created by the users and it allows the users to store it. So on different account, different data is created and it is stored on these different services. So these are providing services as well as storage space for every users. So this table shows the different categories of cloud service providers. So this we call it as cloud service providers like Google Drive, Dropbox, OneDrive and Amazon Cloud Drive. So first category, that is location of cloud server. So where we can find out the location of this cloud, Google Drive, Dropbox, OneDrive and Amazon Cloud Drive. So the location of cloud server, that is the remote server. As I told you, cloud is nothing but the remote server where it gives us the space to store our data and we use the services from them. So the server of this Google Drive we find out in the California, US, and the server of this Dropbox we find out also in the California, US, OneDrive in Washington, and also Amazon Cloud Drive in US. So on which devices these cloud service providers provide their services? Mobile operating system. So which operating system they need here to use these services? That is iOS or Android. So all iOS or Android. Free storage. So this Google Drive provides 15 GB of free storage to its users, whereas Dropbox provides 2 GB, OneDrive provides 15 GB, and Amazon Cloud Drive provides 5 GB. So this data can change based on the latest updates. So file size limit. So how much file size we can upload on this cloud service providers, means how much facility they are providing for the users to upload the files. So Google Drive is providing 15 MB of file size to upload, and Dropbox no size limit, and OneDrive provides 10 GB, and Amazon Cloud Drives provide 2 GB. The data can change based on the latest updates, but this was the beginning which they were providing. Portable app execution. As portable app execution means does it is portable on the systems. As now, as I told you, due to this lockdown COVID situation, the use of clouds has increased a lot. So if you see this data of Amazon Web Services cloud service provider, in 2019 67% of cloud services were used, but now in 2020 it has increased till 76%. Similarly, the Azure cloud services, Google Drive cloud services, and other cloud services you can see all have increased. See here, this was 60%, then later in 2020 it has increased by 9%. So the use of cloud services, use of cloud is increasing day by day, yearly, and it is becoming very helpful and necessary for the users. Cloud components, that is what is needed for the users to use the cloud. First of all, the users needs the computers if they want to use the cloud, and we call them as a client computers, and they need the internet, and they need the data centers and distributed servers. So the client has to connect to the internet first, and through the internet they can access the services, which are stored on the data center or distributed servers. So whatever the cloud services are providing their services, or the storage space which they are providing, will be either stored on the data centers or on the distributed servers. So what are these data centers and distributed servers? So these data centers are nothing but a collection of servers, where it is a collection of servers of many organizations. So it is together many organizations are storing their servers there, means they have their servers in one place, at one place they have. So it is a big large building, you can say, where many organizations server we can find out there. Whereas distributed servers we can find out in many places. So the servers are in different places, in different locations, these servers we can find out. So that even if one of the server is damaged, we can get the data from another server. So this is the example of geographically distributed servers. So you can see here the client is accessing the data is stored on the cloud, or it is accessing the services from the cloud, and the servers of these clouds are stored in different locations. You can see here one is in France, Belgium, Canada, and other place. So even if one of the server is damaged, we can get the data from another servers. So this is geographically distributed servers. And this is the example of data centers. So data center is a collection of servers of many organizations. So this is how the servers are maintained in the data centers. See how the servers monitoring and regular updation of the servers are maintained in the data centers. So this is the definition of the data center and distributed servers. So data center is the collection of servers where the application to which you subscribe is placed. It could be a large room in the basement of your building or a room full of servers on the other side of the world that you can access through the internet. Distributed servers are geographically different places combined together, but server acts as if they are working next to each other. If something happens at one location site causing failure, the service still be accessed to another site. So we have finished today's session, and in the next session we'll see some more information on cloud computing. Thank you.